ladies' room.
Welcome to the welcome.
Take 3.
Take 75.
Yo, welcome to the Random Loungecast. I'm Lex in the Bomba Clot.
Yo, I'm Glen Greasy. In front of me is
Christina, and to the left,
Lola Divine, so
Fine. Yo, before we started rolling the cameras, right?
Oh, Lord.
Christina said something about being a pimp. I'm lying? I'm lying?
I did say something about
like that.
pimping.
Something like that.
We was talking about big pimping, spending cheese,
G-I.
right?
big pimpin'.
Spend the cheese.
So, I was talking about the fact that pimping is not something that should be glorified. And then Lola was like,
No, that's not where you started. Where you started was... You said, damn, we really old. Because we were initially talking about the difference between the eras of Jay-Z. Mm-hmm. We're talking about the difference between Hove did era and Big Pimpin' era. So she realized, like, damn, we kind of getting up there because Big Pimpin' was a minute ago.
that was my song, too.
You started talking about Jay-Z really meant that he was a pimp.
No. I said, why are we glorifying Big Pimpin'? You guys was like, that's not what he meant.
I don't think he meant pimping as the backhand slapping chick. I don't think he meant
Actual
that.
sex trafficking.
Back in the days when guys was players, we used to be like, we pimping, you know what I mean? Like,
yes, because what are you, emulating?
it's bad. We not emulating nothing good, but that was going on back in the day. We just called it pimping.
I think the euphemism has to do with having access to a bunch of women.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Okay.
That ties into the fact that a bunch of women don't necessarily want the broke nigga.
Ooh.
So what we're saying by Big Pimpin' or what Jay-Z, what I think Jay-Z was saying was that I got my money right, my mind right, I'm ready for war.
I'm ready for war, man. Bleak.
So he just meant that he was that guy, right?
Yeah.
So, but when we were talking about the evolution of Jay-Z between the Big Pimpin' era and the Hove did era, his mentality started to shift. Hence what you were saying about our age, we've grown up. That's not even where he's at with it right now. And it could be because he has 2 daughters, he has a wife, things are different. But yeah, we want to have money, but we don't want to glorify the fact that our money is the only reason we get girls.
That's a fact.
Right? And by we, I mean y'all, because, I like the niggas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But that's why he's one of my favorite artists. I literally knew every stage of his life through his rap.
Yeah.
You feel me? When he was broke, when he was pimping, to when he got married, to he had children. We followed the whole story. I don't think nobody ever did that before.
I like to call Jay the soundtrack of my life.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, that's why I think we had, like, the best golden era of hip-hop.
Yeah.
We won't get that back.
Yeah.
We're not going to get that back.
Yeah.
Speaking of Jay and his wife, right? Valentine's Day just happened. The only one of us up here that got on the wedding ring is Christina. So I wanted to talk to Christina about some things and what you would allow and disallow, right? And the reason why I'm asking this is because I saw this post on Threads where this girl posted a chat between her and a guy that she went out with for Valentine's Day, or she was supposed to go out with for Valentine's Day. And he sent her, she screenshot the text, and the text was of him sending her $30 Apple Cash. And he was like, this is for lunch, nothing big, but it's for lunch. Well, she sent the money back. She was like, no, it's okay. You don't have to do that. But her words were, I'm so tired of low effort men. Like, for $30, you could have just bought me some flowers. Yeah. So as a married woman, how do we differentiate between it being low effort and us being able to just accept thoughtful gestures? Was that thoughtful? Or does she have the right to be like, clearly you need the $30 more than me, so let me send it back?
I'll be honest. I think comparison is the thief of joy. So I think that a lot of times in the era that we're living in, the social media era, you watching somebody else. And we can't do that. But also, I do think that if you are pursuing a chick, do you like her? Do you know her? If so, maybe you should get her what she prefers.
That's a valid point. But was the $30 like all she got for Valentine's Day?
It was
or
just
was it like they were going to go out later, but he wanted to buy her lunch early?
Well, for context, right? All we knew was
because she said she was going out with him. So
she was dating him.
Oh, I thought you meant going out like...
He was in the courting process.
Yeah.
And for Valentine's Day.
For Valentine's Day, $30 is whack, in my opinion.
It's not even like it was a paid for $30, right? Yeah. So with that, right, do we expect a guy that we're dating to just automatically jump out the box and buy us some $750 Cowboy Carter Beyonce tickets?
Yeah.
Or
no.
What is the
it depends on how long you're dating.
What is the middle? What would have been a rational or thoughtful gift for a new date? And listen, you guys,
flowers.
You know, some of y'all are in relationships.
Flowers aren't expensive. Flowers cost. They're a little expensive during Valentine's Day, but $100 is
good. Flowers are expensive.
$100 is an investment in a relationship. You don't have to think about it about the value of the flowers.
Yeah,
because the flowers are what they are, but the money you're spending is investing in a relationship. You want that person to have a good memory of you.
Yeah.
This is such a triggering conversation to me because I'm a gift giver. I like to give gifts. I have so much fun with that.
Yeah.
And it seems like if you're not a gift giver, like, I don't know, Google, get help. I don't know. Because it's like, it's fun to give people
who's really
gifts.
in the wrong though, right? Is it the $30 gift or the girl airing them out on Instagram?
Both. They both. Like she could have kept that $30 post. Yeah. And she could have been upset privately.
Exactly.
Like why
you airing that?
Well, sometimes
we want the likes.
Out is to yes, we want the likes. And clearly people are making money on Threads. I need to be on Threads talking some shit because they making some good money, right?
Making some money.
How do we go about teaching men without having to necessarily teach them?
You can't
like
teach
perhaps
them.
if another man sees this post,
Lex.
his thought process will be, let me not just send a girl $30 gift.
You can't teach a man. He just gotta automatically feel what he want to do. Like you can't teach him something.
You can't.
If he feel like he want to do this for you, or he feel like you deserve this,
you can't.
Then boom,
he won't. He won't do that with the next chick though. So at least he'll learn that lesson.
That's what I'm saying. Once he sees that he was put on blast on social media, or even if it's not him directly,
she didn't have to put him on blast to teach him that lesson.
She didn't have to do it.
It was a little.
Glenn, you paying $750 for Beyonce tickets?
For a woman who don't want $30 for lunch? Absolutely not. But I mean, on GP, like
that's OD. $750.
$750 is a little pricey.
Okay,
but
wait, no.
I have the advantage of where I work at.
We're not gonna do it like
so
that.
I can always go someplace where the tickets are cheaper.
So that's not okay. Fine. When we talk about $750 for a Beyonce
like
ticket, this is what I've been thinking about, right? I'm gonna give you the breakdown from what I. Matter of fact,
do I get Beyonce sweat on me? $750 is no.
$750 is not at the top, and we're not gonna do this to Beyonce.
Hold on.
Wait. We're not dissing Beyonce. Let's not do that.
If I get Beyonce sweat on me for $750, we there.
So this is the thing. Beyonce is literally the Michael Jackson of our era.
No.
I'm not going to drag you just yet because I want to get this point across, right?
Beyonce's not the Michael
is
Jackson
literally the icon of our generation. When we're sitting with our grandchildren, the way our kids now, how does Floyd Mayweather grandson know to sing Michael Jackson? Because Michael Jackson is that guy.
That's a fact.
So now Beyonce is her, right? So when we think about the level of Black excellence that she has given to our generation, is it fair to say that $750 is worth Beyonce? And we're not talking about floor seats because floor seats is $1,500. We're talking about section 117, row 16.
Somebody got their tickets already. Clearly,
you know what I mean?
I think that depends. That depends on the person. Like I don't feel like Beyonce should lower her ticket prices because she's Beyonce.
But
that's
I
fine.
feel like,
but if I'm not paying $750 for your concert ticket.
Okay, that's
and
fair.
I'm Christina. That's fine. You know what I mean? So,
but look, if I'm an artist, right, and I knew where I come from, I know my biggest supporters, where they from. My biggest supporters is not paying no $1,500 for no ticket. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Beyonce concerts is sold out.
Well, Beyonce supporters are going to pay
it. Ain't the people from the community.
That's not true. The people at my job,
they're going to pay it.
A few of them bought tickets.
You got people from Brownsville paying.
Absolutely.
One's from East New York.
They not buying
Beyonce
tickets.
But there's a couple things with that.
Brownsville, by the way.
There's a couple things with that. One, Beyonce is the icon of the era, but Michael Jackson's still so far beyond. Like, it's not fair to Beyonce to compare her to Michael Jackson.
Who is Beyonce's peer?
Currently, or like
currently, right now, who is Beyonce's peer?
Nobody.
I guess Taylor Swift. Technically,
no. Taylor Swift.
Like in black music,
no.
In black music, maybe
nobody's seeing
nobody
her.
in black music is Beyonce's peer.
Nobody.
But Beyonce's still not Michael. That doesn't make her Michael Jackson.
Okay, so eliminate the Michael Jackson. So that's the thing. When we account for inflation, right? Because we're thinking about, let's take Michael Jackson, because Michael Jackson is a one in a lifetime.
That's
right? So if we're thinking about Madonna, the Rolling Stones, U2, people at the height of their career, I looked at the statistics and their tickets still did not, accounting for inflation, still did not equate to what Beyonce's tickets are currently.
Yeah.
Madonna's tickets at their highest peak were about $300. Even in 2006, $300 in comparison to, and this is floor seats, $300 in comparison to $1,500, it still does not account for inflation.
Madonna just had like a huge tour like a year or two ago.
We're talking about Madonna at her height of the prime.
I'm talking about Madonna was like the second or third biggest act in the world,
right?
Touring,
and still her tickets
like 2 years ago.
The amount that Beyonce's
you
tickets
can't take nothing from Beyonce.
I'm not hating on Beyonce.
You can't.
Beyonce wants to charge $750. She has every right.
She got every right.
And people will pay it.
Mm-hmm. Is this similar? Because I'm not that much of a sports buff. Is this similar to the Michael Jordan, LeBron James conversation?
No.
Nah, not at all.
So, before we wrap this up, because I do have a pair for y'all as it comes to... No, not wrap the show. We got a lot of stuff to talk about.
I was about to say, I ain't see y'all in a minute. I miss y'all. Y'all talking about wrap it up. I don't want to wrap it up yet.
Before we move from the Beyonce segment, because we do have a pair of hers, the reason why I'm harping on the fact that Beyonce tickets are so high is because I've started to pay attention to the correlation between media wanting to outprice our community from being able to see Beyonce or to see Black excellence. My daughter heard me talking about Beyonce tickets and said, "Mommy, I want to go." Yeah. I might can afford a $750 ticket on this budget right now, but I can't afford $1,500. So now that means that this little Black girl is not going to be able to see the Black excellence that she needs to see in order to push her into that realm of life.
Exactly.
That's something we need to start thinking about.
The tickets started cheaper than $750.
Exactly.
Like, is $750 the minimum to get in the door?
If you go to section 432, can you even see anything at 432?
That's what I was saying at the beginning.
Yeah.
But now, going into who Beyonce's pair is, should your pair not be your significant other? Beyonce's pair is Jay-Z.
Yeah.
No.
Absolutely. Tell me why not.
This is going to sound like...
I think she surpassed
I was able to afford Jay-Z.
She surpassed
Jay-Z is the Beyonce of rap music, but he still ain't Beyonce. Jay-Z is her +1 when she gets invited to the White House.
Yeah.
Like, Jay is the biggest rapper that any of us grew up with, but he's not Beyonce.
And that's because he's a rapper.
And it's because he's a rapper, so they look down on the rap.
Jay-Z has more money than Beyonce.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
But
popularity.
I don't know.
No, from his business endeavors.
Exactly.
I don't know
because
that.
rappers have to have business endeavors.
I don't know that.
Beyonce is just Beyonce.
She's more popular. What about the allegations that's going on with Jay-Z? Do you believe it?
They got dropped.
Since we were talking about big pimping and we're talking about how men put themselves in situations that relegate themselves to sex.
I don't believe Jay-Z did that.
That Jay-Z.
That's my pops. So I don't think Jay-Z did that.
If we're going to talk about it, we got to be just as loud with the Jay-Z's allegations were dropped.
Okay.
The woman dropped the allegations 2-3 days ago.
Catch our peoples up. What were the allegations?
That he sexually harassed a 15-year-old 20 years ago.
13.
Yeah.
25. I'm sorry. Jay-Z and Diddy together sexually assaulted.
Diddy is a whole nother topic.
That's scary. When you connect Diddy to it, it's kind of a different story.
25 years ago. She was like 15.
To me, it's not a different story, and I'm going to tell you why. I don't know what anybody did, and I'm not accusing anybody of anything. Everything is allegations. I don't know. They dropped, they whatever. But I am never, ever going to be surprised when human beings in power do horrid, terrible things.
Yes.
So and nobody is above that to me. Even the rapper that I love, that's the soundtrack of my life, and I really hope I don't have to hear that.
I'm not giving up, Jay.
You know it's scary, bro.
But he's not above it.
He's not.
When you're in power and nobody tells you no, like we know what happens in those types of arenas. We also know who
Jay used to be, so we know we know that he has darkness in him.
There's been instances.
I'm not buying that Jay-Z at that level in his career.
I don't believe that he did that.
To fuck a 13-year-old. That's where I draw the line.
And the allegation was dropped, so I have no reason to believe it.
You know what's scary though? Because now everybody is coming out the woodworks at the same time. So now it's like, whose story do you really believe? Why you ain't come out with the story before?
Well, you know the reason why you don't come out with the story before is because of intimidation, because people are afraid. This happens all the time. When we look on the scale, obviously this is a huge person, but when we look on the scale of violence against women and children, this is something that is commonplace. Exactly. So for people not speaking up, you can't say why you didn't say something before.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's hard, like as viewers, to believe all the stories.
But that's also how
you know what I'm
lawsuits
saying?
work. That's also how lawsuits work. How? You get a bunch more people together to fuel
like a class action
lawsuit
type of thing.
Exactly. That's how lawsuits work.
When we have these lawsuits, and so the accuser was unnamed, right? Do you guys think that it is that it is fair for someone to accuse, God forbid, someone came and accused Glen of rape?
Yeah.
Is it fair for them to be anonymous in a circumstance like this? Because then that means anybody could come out with something and then just hope that they settle. I personally don't think it's fair. Do you think that that's fair, that they should be unnamed?
Glenn, stay away from them high schools.
With the way that the internet is, it's literally it's a danger to the person's life.
Yeah. Do we not think that is a danger to Blue Ivy, Rumi, and Sir's father to be accused of something like that and it not be true?
Of course, but he has more insulation. He has more insulation. The power dynamic is way off in that. And I get what you're saying. It sucks. And I've worked with rape victims. I tell them rape is a crime that happened on your body. Yeah. And that the sucky part of that means the investigation of said crime will be the most personal thing ever and will be re-traumatizing. However, you talking about Jay-Z and this unnamed girl. People be stupid on the internet and will dox people. Anything. And
that's fair.
You know that. So
it's a tough.
How about when it's not Jay-Z and it's just random Joe Schmo? Should it still be an anonymous accuser?
That's scary.
So NYPD has a lot of allegations flying around right now with some of their higher ups in the agency. Should those accusers also be unnamed?
No.
So it should only be unnamed if you have a certain level of financial security.
No. You know what? They can do this. They can intimidate witnesses too, probably more so than the person that has money, right?
Right.
Yeah,
the anonymous nobody that's being accused can do terrible things.
It's tough. I would hate to be in a position of a courtroom because that is tough.
It is.
Like, what if it's someone that is telling the truth but nobody believes? It is tough.
Even with that, when we talk about the person that no one believes, right? So I've been thinking a lot about the correlation between some of these accusations and where the state of female rap is.
Oof.
Nobody believed Meg Thee Stallion.
Yep.
Which is why people were able to start, which is why somebody like the Baby would come out and say that he has sex with her. Like, how much in control are we of the narrative?
Big pimpin', baby.
Big pimpin', baby. If the conversation is always going to stem around sex, if the media is always going to hype up a Sexy Red over a Tierra Whack, then how much are we at fault for allegations like this coming against our elder statesmen?
That's society, and that's something that people feel. When women look, act, behave a certain way, they are not worthy of protection.
But look at this too. Like I was kind of my fault, Glenn, but I was kind of half. I wasn't taking nobody's side, right? But now Megan Lyon talking about I ain't have no sexual relationship with this guy.
But was
you know
that
what
really
I'm saying?
anybody's
Now
business?
that's kind of tilting me more towards his side because now you staying up in line.
Well, I mean, think about it. You're in the position where you're at, right? You're up there. But
everybody already
shot.
knew. Everybody already knew.
Listen, I would lie about having sex with Tory too.
When you have a black man that's getting that's accused of something or had something happen to them, and the police will sit up and bring up their whole past, right? Their criminal past. Is that fair?
That's a fact.
They're bringing it up because they want to say you deserve whatever happened to you when that's not what you're on trial for. And the same thing happens to women all the time. And men feel very, very justified with saying, well, she had sex. That means she can't get raped. And that's whack.
That is whack.
Yeah, that's sick.
So I think maybe it's a little bit, we are a little bit responsible for where the state of hip hop is going. So even when we talk about Drake and Kendrick, you have, so this is again into our age, right? Because I'm 38 years old. I've been saying that ever since I turned 38. My thing is, this is 38. I'm 38. I'm damn near 40, right? Thank you, girl. So do you. When we talk about the state of hip hop, we have the juxtaposition between the niggas that want to dance all day and the niggas that want to be revolutionaries. And then we have these people in middle ground. So are we talking about actually changing where the scope of hip hop is going? Is that having a lot to do with where we are? Like, is Meg being accused of lying? Are you more concerned with whether she actually had sex with Tory because we have not evolved enough in hip hop? Are the beefs being started because there's actually something to fight for us to be able to continue hip hop on the tread that it was going? Or is this just marketing tactics?
Shit, it's kind of all of that in one. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. Like,
this is Glen shit, because Glen is a hip hop head for real. I want to hear you, Glen. I want to hear you.
You saw you pushed up the
Let me get a little bit more concise of a question.
Okay. The question is, was the beef between Drake and Kendrick legit, or was it literally a marketing tactic? Does Kendrick and Drake have a reason to be beefing right now about the current state of hip hop?
Yes, I think it was pretty legit because Kendrick's been sniping at Drake for a while.
Both.
Drake's been having a little
Drake would throw his
back too.
Hide,
So, I mean, Kendrick called him out on Drake's own album about how being famous is weird. The BET cypher, Drake, that ha jokes on you. That he had a little shot at Drake there. I think it's legit. There's something legit to it, but. These are two rich black men who they could have counted their money and just been about their business. Like,
I don't think it's that. I think something happened behind. It's no way that all these artists came together at the same time to diss Drake. Something happened behind closed doors. He was probably tearing their girl up. You know what I'm saying?
People say he's not a good person.
Drake is a sniper. I feel like he was tearing their girl up.
Powers that be.
Yeah.
Because it does seem like when our powers combine, I'm like, I woke up and everybody hates Drake.
It's a reason. It's got to be a reason. But he been sneak dissing for a long time.
Drake?
And I'm good on personality. Drake.
Okay.
I'm good on personalities, right? I never liked Drake. He made great music, but I never liked Drake. I felt like he was in hip hop for a reason.
Drake is.
Let's not take away what he has.
He's made really good music.
I say he made great music, but I do not like his character.
But when you hear,
I do not like his character. Remember, he was an actor.
You hear Joe Budden talk about Drake, and he said there's a lot of people who just don't. He's rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. So a lot of people have some kind of undercurrent of disdain for him.
The late great DMX, and then, I never understood.
Yeah, X didn't like him,
and that's the reason. It's something about Drake. No, I didn't like him. Charlamagne didn't like. Nobody liked this guy, bro.
Have y'all heard this new song? Because
nope.
The streaming numbers has it projected that Drake has hit #1 with this song, "Give Me a Hug." Right. First of all, I can't stand me a give me a hug ass nigga. It's like stop it.
And the fact that he's really embracing that, I hate that for him.
Niggas just want to feel my titties on their chest. Get off of me. So the song, right? Let me go, nigga. Yeah. The song is called "Give Me a Hug." So me personally, I only like the last 25 seconds of the song. I know that sounds crazy.
What it's saying?
The Aaron Hall part, I miss you. I like that part because I like singing Drake. That's my favorite Drake. But
I like rapidy rap
in the
Drake.
song, he says something. On the album, because he has a new album, Party Next Door.
Who's
on the song,
Party Next Door?
You don't know Party Next Door?
I've seen the name, but who is it?
Oh, so it's one of Drake's artists. Once Drake and The Weeknd split up.
Now. You ain't hear that part?
Yeah.
Party Next Door and Weeknd were together?
No, Party Next Door was the
Isn't he just like a ghostwriter?
Weeknd don't fuck with him no more. So then he went and got him a repeat. So like when Big died and then Puff went and got Shine and Mace, you know what I mean? You got like an extra nigga. So
I ain't even think about that, Lola. I ain't even think about that, Lola.
You gotta keep the
So he's like a random background ghostwriter singer. Okay.
The women love him, you know, and the girls like hearing that
Drake too,
because
shit. I'm like, this nigga is canceled, bro.
Like, I don't know. Drake's not canceled.
Drake's not canceled. Let's not do
Drake
that.
is.
He's not canceled, but lyrically, and that's what I wanted to talk to y'all about because for the most part, like I said, we're older. Our lyrics are a little bit different where we are in life. When we started rocking with Drake in 2009, that was a long time ago, right? Yeah. So now, one of the songs on that album that Drake and Party Next Door made, he was talking about a girl that he dealing with. He said something like, your mom's kicked you out. Well, where you gonna stay?
Yeah.
You got too much money and you too old to be fucking with a girl that is getting kicked out the house.
Drake said that?
Drake said it.
I have a theory about Drake.
It's probably minor.
I have a theory about Drake as I don't know him, but he seems to be proof that money can't unlame a lame.
Yeah, he
like
is.
My man,
that's why I never liked
my man's been famous for 15. He's been making music for 15 years, and it's been 15 years of the women that I like don't like me, and I can't trust my friends. He's got more money than God, and women don't seem to like him for more than 6 months.
Right.
You couldn't give me enough money to have that life. Like, I couldn't imagine just being dogged out by woman after woman or dogging out woman after woman.
They don't like talking about it too.
Yeah, like they don't want to claim it. Like
all the money in the world doesn't fix lonely and it don't fix lame.
Right.
And he clearly
therapyforblackmen.org. Check it out.
Guess what though? Sexy Red is draining it. That's my daddy.
No. What are we doing?
She know
with
it's
Sexy
Sugar
Red?
Daddy when she see one. That's my daddy.
What do y'all think of Sexy Red?
I don't
think of Sexy Red either.
Sexy Red.
That's my nigga.
I don't think of Sexy.
I love Sexy Red.
I'm lying.
Look,
I do like one song.
Which one?
I like that new one with Bruno Mars. It's a terrible Bruno Mars song, but it's a great Sexy Red song.
Bruno Mars, you know what?
Because it's just hilarious.
Bruno Mars got some goddamn nerve to tap into the culture when it wants to perpetuate young black women shaking their ass ignorantly. He ought to be ashamed of himself.
God, go sit back down.
I'm annoyed. That's what I think.
Have you heard that song? Have you heard the song?
No, I don't like Bruno Mars. I'm not a Bruno Mars fan.
Like that taps into my ignorant.
That's a perm.
No, he's Filipino or something. That's his head.
Sexy Red though. Y'all can't skip her.
No.
I like people who keep it ghetto and not afraid of where they from.
All right, I like Glorilla.
I love it.
I like Glow better than
Big Mama.
Yeah.
Big Mama. I like her.
Sexy Red. Ain't nothing wrong with Sexy Red.
I'm good on Sexy Red.
I think Sexy Red is doing it, definitely marketing it hard.
Yeah.
Well,
and they telling her, keep it ghetto.
Christina,
I
love ghetto.
Who are they?
A team.
They as in the powers that be.
Yeah,
Christina had put on some lip gloss earlier and it made me think to myself.
I don't like
that. Do you know the names of Sexy Red's lip gloss?
Chlamydia.
Exactly. Why am I supposed to be liking this?
And you know, that's the thing too. Like, I hate the fact that in our community, it's like embrace all ghetto, ratchet, sucia stuff.
Ooh, that's the Latina.
Yes.
Or
like you're not for the culture. Like
culture, right?
Like, why you name, like, no. Why do we always have to be the lowest common denominator?
I hear people say it's still sex appeal and
it's not okay.
I don't think it's sex appeal anymore. I think it has. And y'all know me. I don't know if you remember the movie Conspiracy. Undercover Brother.
Yeah.
Where Eddie Griffin, I was always conspiracy sister. So I'm always thinking that there's an underlying reason for why this is what they want globally black women to look like, right?
What's
Popeyes and Don Julio. Why does Popeyes have a correlation? Like, what's the collaboration? Mm-hmm. But speaking of the culture, do y'all remember when Black Panther came out? Because it is February, it's Black History Month. Yeah. And it was in February when Black Panther came out. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. We absolutely miss you, right?
He was a legend.
Well, do you know we have another black superhero?
Captain
and his
America.
movie comes out this month.
Yes,
It came out already?
I cannot
I didn't even know that.
I'm going
to go see it on Monday.
I ain't never get into Marvel.
No, you
Y'all
know.
gotta put me on. I never been on a Marvel and stuff like that.
Anthony Mackie.
Okay,
yeah,
I know that is.
And I didn't think they was going to be able to do it. But then when I saw the preview, I said, oh.
So his character is Sam Wilson.
So I can't start from there though, right? I gotta come from the beginning.
You gotta come back.
We'll
the
see
Marvel
you next
life.
year when you're done with that.
What I wanna talk about though is why. So we had outfits ready for Black Panther. Yeah. When I went to the movie, I had the African tribal white marks on my face.
Yeah.
Nobody rallied up like that behind Sam Wilson. Why do you think that is, Christina?
Because of his face.
You think
But Chadwick Boseman had the same black face.
No.
Oh, you mean he's ugly?
No, I think he has a face.
You don't like that sour lemon face?
No, like I think he has a face where you just don't trust him.
Nah, I just think it
Glen
wasn't
has
marketed.
that face sometimes too that you can't trust him.
I don't think it was marketed well.
Okay.
I think Black Panther, and I think it wasn't the right people pushing it. Like everywhere you turn, Black Panther was. We finally got a black hero. We've had 2 Black Panthers now. Mm-hmm. We have a bunch of.
Wait, who was the other Black Panther?
We had another movie.
Oh, Shuri. Yeah.
So now you got Captain America. You got everything.
But you also have to understand where Marvel is right now too.
Yeah, Marvel's at an all-time low.
Trying to like.
Is it a profitable thing?
Where
like,
Avengers
are they getting profit off of black?
No, Avengers really
entertain. You know what I mean?
It's hard to top.
It's Marvel's at like an all-time low right now. Yeah. The Disney
honestly,
Plus stuff is.
Y'all think it's moving. A profit thing? Cause I'm starting to see a lot of black.
I mean, they making movies, but
yeah.
They
Well, my thought on it is that we are in a state of fuck America right now.
Yeah,
you know
I think that's
part of it. Me too. I'm a veteran of the United States Army.
Thank you.
You know what? The reason why I'm thinking about this is the reason why I feel like a lot of people have not jumped out the window to go run and see Sam Wilson, aka Anthony Mackie, play Captain America is because Trump would probably think he was a fucking DEI hire.
That's DEI Captain America.
The way we are kind of like avoiding the actual conversation about where we are in current American history. Yeah. Do we really want to celebrate?
Why are we avoiding?
This might be the end of American history.
We're avoiding it because we're disillusioned and we're disassociating because we're going through hella trauma.
Can I pause y'all for a second just to ask a question? I ain't see Ashton sleep when the strippers was here. I ain't see Ashton and Annie sleep when the strippers was here.
But Marvel is going through a lot. You got that American thing. You got people are disillusioned at how Marvel treated Jonathan Majors. He scratched a white woman's finger.
And he was good.
And he was running away from a white woman, scratched her finger, and he got kicked out of Marvel so fast.
Well, let this be a lesson to our black men.
No, exactly.
On where to stay home.
I'm not caping for them. That's what happened.
You're not caping for them?
No. Listen, y'all have been seeing me post a lot on social media about accountability.
Period.
I watch your facial shit too.
Oh, thank you. You know my skin is looking very good, y'all.
The Korean skincare?
Yeah, Korean skincare.
No, I've been trying to get my shit right.
Oh, hold on. Excuse me. Special delivery. Yes.
Cheers. Hey, can I get some?
No, you got your yak.
Cheers.
I need more yak.
We need help as well. Help as well, people. Help as well.
Cheers to low end Beyonce prices.
Yeah.
We're not
no,
gonna
just
do that
get cheaper tickets.
But no, accountability is key. Mm-hmm. Jonathan Majors chose to date elsewhere, and that elsewhere happened to get him in a lot of trouble.
That's a fact.
And this is not saying that we can't interracially date. This is saying that we need to properly vet whoever it is that we do date.
I'm saying we can't interracially date.
Exactly. You saw the Jamie Foxx shit?
I'm not.
Oh.
He said, I am not dating white women no more.
When did he say that? That was
recently,
on a comedy special?
Yeah.
See, that's another thing. That when niggas almost die, all of a sudden their outlook on life becomes different. That's what you wanted though.
Shout out to my grandma. She didn't let me bring no white women in the crib.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't want that for my children. Would you be okay with your kids bringing home a white partner? That question's for all of y'all.
I mean, my son is currently dating a Filipino girl.
Okay.
She's so dope.
How do we feel about that? You like her?
Well, she reminds me a lot of myself. She's really dope. Sometimes I think to myself, well, damn, like, did I not? And this is weird, and I don't ever want this to come across as incestuous way, right? But when we think about men dating women that remind them of their mother, sometimes it would make me
That's
feel,
how development works.
Right. Yeah. So I started thinking because he had like Puerto Ricans, he had Dominicans, now she's Filipino.
What are you, if I could ask, where you from? I mean, what's your background?
Oh, I'm black.
Nothing mixed with nothing? No mix?
I mean, my family is from North Carolina, and then the other side is from Grenada and Nevis. I don't know. I got to get the death certificates and stuff. But I'm just saying that to say, it made me wonder, like, does he not like me? You know what I mean? Like, did I do him a disservice? did I create a bad setting for him that makes him want to date outside? Because I know people who's like, I'm not dating black women because I can't stand my mother.
I wouldn't put too much pressure on yourself. I feel if him and this girl had something in common and they sparked off from that could just be it.
You know what he told me? He said, Ma, you sent me to a film school. There's no black girls here.
There we go.
I could be a thing.
There we go.
Like,
you can't put too much pressure on yourself.
My 16-year-old got him she's a brown-skinned little girlfriend. Like,
yeah.
And
is she red bone like Mo?
No, brown. She's dark. She's a brown little chocolate drop. And he likes black girls, and I like that.
I like that.
I'm thankful.
I like that.
Is this Glen Jr.? Well, Glen the third.
Yeah.
Glen the third.
You got a Glen the third?
He's a Glen the second.
I'm the junior. My son is the third.
Okay. I thought
Nah, I'm not. But I'm very thankful that he got.
I think that relationships are really difficult, and in this country, we don't like to really look at our history for real. Yeah. And so it's not just the white or other person that you pick, it's also their family. It's also all of that. Like, that's really hard. And I would be very afraid for my black son. If I had a black son, I don't have I have godsons. So
How about your daughter bringing home a white man?
Y'all should have zoomed in on that face.
No, that's a real reaction. That's, again, something that I would be afraid of. And I don't feel any type of way saying that because I think of Muhammad Ali when he was talking about the snakes. And he's like, okay, so there's 100 snakes, 1,000 snakes coming at me. You want me to look for the 2 or 3 that...
I'm not mad at that.
I'm scared for my children to go to a white household. You know what I'm saying? If my children was dating...
you don't know what they're going into.
And let's keep it real. We know how... white people generally and the other ethnicities feel about black. Anti-blackness is what it is.
But
so please,
they cling right to us. I'd be like, why y'all showing us so much attention? Like,
I see it all the time. I see it all the time at my job because I work for an airline, and these dudes, they travel for women.
Passport Bros.
Where I work at, Passport Bros Central.
Well, okay, wait. So before we start, can y'all really explain? Is Passport Bros just about going out the country to get sex? Or are they looking for women to marry and bring home?
Yeah, the dudes at my job are just thirst buckets.
They just want sex.
It's sexual
I don't know what they want because I try to stay
away from these niggas.
Yeah, but there's a couple of them
explain Passport Bros.
What exactly
Passport Bros
I never heard of it.
Are men who feel that Americanized Western women are not ideal candidates for marriage. They say they're not docile enough. They're not submissive enough. They're too goal driven.
Yeah.
And they have expectations that are too high and unrealistic. So
how dare these heifers have goals?
Yeah, how dare these women?
I hate niggas that take the easy way out.
So that's what it sounds like.
It sounds like the easy way out.
So it's a bunch of dudes that go
so
and they
offensive.
No, they travel
that's
and they spend money
to women in these third world countries.
Right.
That's so offensive to women in these third world countries because they're dealing with a different dynamic, a different context. To sit there and try to say, well, they're the easy way out. It's
that's
so crazy that black people would be the ones doing that.
Well, Passport Bros isn't only a black people thing. It's a lot. There's a lot of white dudes with it.
Passport Bros was started by who?
I don't know. But it's,
wait, so the white dudes
if you really want to do that,
they don't want white women either?
If you want to do that, we can talk about how you had the Russian mail order brides. We're not going to make black men the villain today.
Yeah, but hold on.
No, it's not about making black men the villain. It's about us talking about black people because we're black and that's not our business.
I know, but we can't say it's a black people thing.
It's not no.
Like the whole
we're not saying
Thailand
it's a black
children thing. That's not.
First of all, the promotion of Passport Bros is a black man thing.
What?
Sorry,
I think that we see it in the bubble that way, and because our algorithms are tuned toward black things.
What
I'm not saying that they invented it. I'm saying that the fact that they have
like their faces of it.
No, they have put it on a pedestal to shit on black women.
Wait. So if we're talking about Passport Bros and the fact that they are attempting to find women that may be a little bit more submissive or docile, how does that differ from the women that now are looking for alternate partners so that they can participate in the soft life? Is the soft life so much more different? Like the girls that say, I'm ready to date white now because I'm tired of this. Is that so much more different than the Passport Bros?
I guess
it's very different.
I guess not too much
It's very different.
It's the same.
You know what?
It's
like when white people ask you, but they said that I put raisins in my potato salad and they call me a mayo monster. Oh, I'm sorry. Did that stop you from buying a house? There's a difference between racism and a reaction to racism. There's a difference between someone coming along and saying, oh, well, since I have no eligible candidates for marriage, now I'm going to go over here. Yeah. So it's different.
I don't think I like a challenge. I like, as a man, I feel like my woman should challenge me.
You kill what you eat.
I want to learn.
You eat what you kill.
I want to learn. Like that. I want to learn from my partner. I don't want it to be saying, like, give me something to eat, give me something to drink.
Equity and inclusion.
I like someone that's going to challenge me to make me better, because we not born perfect. You feel me? So she gonna point out. I want a woman that's gonna point out my flaws, so I could build on that floor. You feel me? Like I don't understand taking. I don't like the easy way out, bro. The easy way out is trash.
You know what I wanted to ask you, Christina? Christina is, I call her our resident therapist, but she's also our resident connector to God, right? And I grew up in St. Paul Community Baptist Church in East New York, led by
East New York.
Pastor Johnny Ray Youngblood. Europe. A lot of us found relationships through people that we were equally yoked with in church, in Christ. But we're not in church anymore as we used to be.
That's why we don't have singers either.
So what do you think is the disconnect between us having grown up in church versus us now not raising our children in church?
I think that a lot has changed. I think it's the same kind of thing with the village, the village mentality. The village wasn't safe anymore. It's twofold. People don't want to be told. They don't want to be led and told what to do. God is God. The fact that these are, God is who He is, and you have to follow that. That's difficult for people. Yeah. People want to do what they want to do.
People want to do what they want to do,
and they don't want to be told about it.
And it's the internet. We could watch church online now.
I don't even know if it's the internet plays a part of it. You don't have that community where Sister Johnson been through what you're going through, and she could give you a little sisterly advice.
Terrible things that happen in church, man. People were falling asleep. I was thinking about sex.
In church? Why?
I think see, when he said terrible things would happen in church, I thought he was about to go into the topics of molestation, the pastor sleeping with several people in the church.
And what did I say before? Whenever there is a situation of authority or power, I will never not believe that someone might have done something, because that's what happens.
And it's the ADHD in me. I can't sit still in a
and you know what? Something I had some of those. I had a lot of those issues too.
Yeah.
But church was actually one of the places.
I'm gonna keep it funky.
Because you get pinched. You got to sit there for hours.
I can't sit there and not think about something.
My thing. I'm sorry, Glenn. My thing. So my grandmother used to make me go to 6 o'clock service. So St. Paul has 6, 8, and 11.
That's crazy.
She would make me go to 6 a.m. service until I got old enough to go to church by myself. Then I go to 8, where all the kids was. Yeah. But when I would go to 6 a.m. service, if I stayed up, she would take me to McDonald's. So I stayed up for that egg and cheese biscuit at the end of the sermon.
However you gotta do it.
My aunt had us going to church. I used to go to my aunt's crib in Maryland for the week. For the summer, like for a week for the summer. We went to church every day. I didn't know church was open every day.
That's a lot. But
we went to church every day.
That's leadership and that's structure.
Oh my God.
The falling away is predicted in the Bible too. Like you have, I think it's
predicted in terms of Revelations and this being the end of times?
No, not even Revelation. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's Timothy.
Yeah.
But it talks about people wanting to they want something that feels good to their ear. They don't want the actual scripture to lead them. They want something that is of their own self, and it helps them feel better. They don't want to be told this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong.
That's a fact.
Because now you're accountable to somebody else. But if you are your personal authority and you are the end all be all and what's good and bad, you never feel bad. And you get to say, well, I have a relationship. But the Bible talks about people are going to do what in the end time, not even the end times, but as time goes on, people are going to fall away from the faith and they're going to do things that feel good to them.
Yo, Glenn, Can we go get a drink or somewhere? Because
we can get a drink.
Educate my mom.
I'm here.
Listen,
we can get a drink. We can talk about Jesus over Jameson.
Every time you get
Jesus
crazy,
over Jameson. I love that.
You start pushing his glasses.
Now, I mean, Jesus talked about Jesus turned water to wine. He wasn't the prude that people think he was.
Another random thing. We won't be random without being random. I'm sorry.
We got randomly leave soon.
But I wanted to say, y'all look beautiful today.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know what y'all been doing since the last time we saw each other, but y'all look good today.
Thank you.
Y'all got the brown going on with the melanin.
Oh, yeah. Come on now. It's black
I'm the only one
everything.
out. Look,
Okay.
even Glen got the melanin.
Got the
chocolate.
Got to represent for the black folks.
I'm gonna wrap this up by saying,
okay,
if we are a reflection of Christ, then he is a hell of a man.
That's a fact.
So
a heck of a man.
Oh, excuse me.
That
Let's edit that. Listen, God knows my heart. Let me tell you something. God cursed him. Didn't Jesus go up in that sanctuary and turn it up?
He flipped tables. He called a woman a dog.
Yeah.
He
a
did
female
flip tables.
No, not a female. He just called her a dog.
Just a dog.
Yeah.
You in the gym now,
I'm trying to get back in the gym. You know, I'm
Yes.
210 pounds now. I'm trying to tone it up.
I ain't been 210 pounds in a long time.
I got some random questions for y'all though, because you know we can't go nowhere without doing some random questions.
Let's get some random questions popping.
32 minus 5.
27.
Oh!
You even count your fingers, brother? Damn.
Favorite Jay-Z song?
Oh,
It's two of them. Allah and Lucifer back to back. They might as well be one song.
I got a lot of favorite Jay-Z.
Allah and Lucifer.
All right. Ask me something. Ask Christina something. Come on.
Favorite Beyonce song.
Did you learn anything from the stripper class?
That's even better. Go him first.
I've done pole dancing before, and I learned that sometimes women can be worse than men. And what did you ask me?
Favorite Beyonce song.
Favorite Beyonce song is All Night. Lemonade.
Lo,
what's up?
Would you ever be NYPD?
I am NYPD.
You lying.
I'm the community ambassador of Brooklyn North. My job is my job is to help bridge the gap between the community and the agency.
We need people like you.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
We need people like you, for real.
We do. I got a random.
We need you.
Do you think
so
America?
Until next time?
No, he got a couple more questions.
No, I'm good. I'll say
Nobody gave me a random question. Damn.
All right, here we go. Lola, do you think America is going to survive till the next election?
Ooh.
And when I say survive, I mean, do you think that the country we live in will still exist? Not the land.
It's already the Gulf of America.
Where the camera at? I'm staying out of this.
Listen.
That's the camera?
I'm staying out of this conversation. And y'all are the first ones to hear about this. Wait, I got a secret to tell y'all. So y'all know that I'm a veteran of the United States Army.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And I am currently in the process of re-enlisting into the National Guard.
Ooh.
That's
So
scary.
I hope that we can survive what's next. But my plan is that if we do survive...
So they're going to have you running up on little abuelitas.
No, I didn't say ICE.
No, but they're trying to have the military do that too.
What you going to do?
Trump was talking about having fucking IRS agents do this.
I'm going to arrest you because I'm coming NYPD.
Good for you. Good for you.
I ain't shaking your hand on that.
Thank you guys so much. I miss y'all.
I miss y'all too.
We got to do this more often. This has been another episode of the Random Loungecast. You already know it's me, Lola Divine. We got Christina. We got Glen. And we got Lexington.
See y'all.